Welcome back for another Z Talks. I'm Keeley Mitchell, the founder of Z Living, the premier consulting firm that provides legal and business advisory services exclusively to the yoga and wellness community. Well, in this Z Talks, I want to talk about a popular question I get. When do I need an attorney? This question is very important, and it's pretty logical why small business owners are going to ask this question. Hiring an attorney can be very expensive. So if you can avoid paying for an attorney, you can take that money and apply it elsewhere in growing your business. So I want to address that in this Z Talks, and I want to address the times when I think you definitely need an attorney and the times when you probably can get away without one, and then, of course, the little gray areas. So I'm going to start off with when don't you need an attorney? The first instance is picking your business name. Generally, you can just do a Google search for that, talk to family and friends, and determine if that's a good name for you to use for your business. But here's the first caveat. If you're planning on trademarking that name, while I think filling out the paperwork you can easily do, determining the chances of that name being trademarked, the success rate of it, I think it helps to talk to an attorney or someone who's experienced in that area. And mainly because if you file an application with the trademark office and they reject your application, you are out of $275 to $325. And that can be kind of hefty when you are starting your business. So speaking to an attorney and kind of getting an idea of the success rate of the name that you picked would probably be beneficial. The second area where I don't think you need an attorney is applying for your employer identification number. Anyone can go online and get this number, and so it doesn't make sense to hire an attorney to do that. In my consulting firm, I often get the EIN for my clients, but I've done other work for them and I just throw them in. They're not even charged for it because it's so easy. It's kind of a nice little gift that I give to my clients, and so don't hire an attorney for that. The third instance where I don't think you need an attorney is picking your domain name. It's very simple. You don't need an attorney to help you do that. You can just go to GoDaddy or any of the other popular websites where you can search available domain names and purchase them. Another area that you most likely don't need an attorney is doing simple filings with the state regarding your business. And what I mean by that is if you're filing a fictitious name registration, you can probably do that without the help of an attorney. There's also different companies online that can assist you with doing this as well. They'll charge you a fee, so definitely shop around. Another area is filing your business registration. Whether you're incorporating, forming a limited liability company, generally the paperwork is very simple, and you can do this yourself. But here's my next caveat. I definitely think you should speak to an attorney and an accountant when you're determining your business structure so that your business structure is properly designed for the business that you have in mind and tax implications are addressed. And once you've had those talks and it's settled, then maybe you can go ahead and do it. Once again, I do provide this service to my clients. Often it's just a peace of mind, and they know it's done correctly. Another area where I don't think you need an attorney is if you're the only owner of your business, or say you and your spouse have gone into business together and you're drafting an operating agreement, partnership agreement, or a shareholder agreement, you most likely don't need an attorney. You can kind of keep it simple. But the caveat to that is if you are working with individuals that are not family members or you have multiple owners in your business, hiring an attorney to draft those documents would be in your best interest. You want to make sure all owners' interests are properly represented and that the owner's tax implications in that business have been addressed. So you definitely want to have an attorney be handling that matter for you. So there you have it. Those are some instances when you don't need an attorney. When do you need an attorney? That's the big question everyone wants to know. Top on the list, if you're being sued, hire an attorney ASAP. Don't even try to do it yourself. And hiring an attorney as soon as possible, getting them involved can save you actually money versus bringing them in at the last minute and having them do a lot of damage control. I already tell people that when you're getting sued, it's often too late because you're hiring an attorney to do damage control. So oftentimes having the attorney at the beginning stages um, will help you out, because truly it is cheaper for the attorney to keep you out of court and do things properly versus try and defend your interests when you are in court. Litigation is very expensive. So when's the next instance when you need to hire an attorney? Drafting contracts. I truly believe, I know there's so many forms out there, and if it's really a simple contract between you and say one local vendor, then fine, maybe you can draft it on your own. But if you have a very detailed contract that's laying forth liability, deciphering different interests, I definitely say hiring an attorney to review those contracts and draft them for you is a really great idea. Now, one way to save money is having an attorney draft the main agreement or contract, and then maybe using that form to enter into, more vendor contracts. That's your form contract. That will save you money, but having that initial contract drafted and reviewed by an attorney is, I highly recommend it. Another area is with lease review. If you are leasing space, having an attorney look it over would be very beneficial. I will give you the warning, lease agreements are drafted to the benefit of the landlord. So having an attorney that has that expertise will probably help you draft a more fair lease agreement. And another area where I think it's very beneficial to hire an attorney is, this is also along the lines of contracts. If you're dealing with any major retailers, once again, those contracts are going to be drafted in the favor of the big retailer, and you just want to make sure that your interests are protected. And then the last area is just when you're uncomfortable and you don't know and you want peace of mind. Sometimes that's the only reason to hire the attorney. You probably could do it yourself, but you don't feel comfortable doing it, and it gives you peace of mind hiring an attorney to do it and make sure it's done properly. So there you have it. Those are my recommendations of when you hire an attorney and when you don't. I'm actually doing this in a series. So next week I will talk about when you're hiring an attorney, what do you need to ask them? And there you have it. That's for this week's Z Talks. If you want to learn more about Z Living and the services we provide, please visit www.zliving.com. That's ZILIVING.com. And also, once you go to that site, you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, visit our blog, which will give you more tips and updates on helping you run a legally and financially sound business. Okay, I'm Keeley Mitchell for Z Talks, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.